Have you ever noticed something strange about American houses? You do not need to touch them. You do not need to go inside. You only need to observe. They all look perfect on the outside, aligned, clean, and beautiful, almost too perfect to suspect anything. But behind this flawless appearance, there is a silent fragility. A fragility that almost no one talks about, but everyone feels. A fragility that no American likes to admit, and many do not even realize. Now imagine discovering that in another country. People build homes so solid they last for entire generations, while many of ours can disappear in a single night of storms. Imagine realizing that what we call normal might actually be just a repeated habit, accepted without questioning. The question almost no one asks, the one that reveals an uncomfortable truth, is simple. Why do we not build houses like Brazilians do? Why do our homes feel temporary while theirs feel eternal? And the answer is deeper, historical, and more unsettling than most people imagine. Today, you are going to discover something that might change the way you see the place where you live. Before we go directly into the real reason behind this huge difference between American and Brazilian construction, we need to take a step back, a necessary step. Because to understand the present, we must understand the path that brought us here. And this path does not begin with the houses. It begins with the mentality, the speed, the climate, and the culture that shaped the United States from its earliest foundations. The United States grew too fast. Entire territories became cities in just a few years. The rush, the movement, and the need to expand at any cost created a mindset that still exists today. Build fast, rebuild fast, evolve fast. Meanwhile in Brazil, the rhythm was completely different. Cities grew slowly. Access to materials was different. The culture of solid construction was born from necessity, not choice. Bricks stacked with patience, concrete shaped with calm, structures made to last far longer than a decade. In Brazil, building was a ritual. In the United States, building was a race. And this difference shaped everything. It shaped neighborhoods, cities, habits, and even our sense of security and permanence. That is why, before revealing the main answer, you must understand that the way we build our houses is not only a practical decision, it is a direct consequence of how we learn to live. Now that you understand this foundation, we can enter the main topic. Why do we not build houses like Brazilians do? The first reason is the climate. But not the climate you think of when you think about temperature. It is something much more extreme. Tornadoes capable of lifting everything off the ground. Hurricanes that cross entire cities as if they were made of paper. Snowstorms that crush roofs. Winds that bend metal structures. Part of the United States lives under natural forces so violent that building heavy, rigid, and expensive houses simply does not make economic sense. Wood houses are flexible, they absorb impact, and they can be rebuilt in weeks. It sounds strange, but for many Americans, losing a house to a tornado is not the end. It is part of the cycle. In Brazil, storms like that are extremely rare. There is no need to build something disposable. There, every brick is placed to stay, to resist, to last for generations. In the US, many houses do not last longer than the mortgage. But climate is not the only reason. The second reason is economic. Here is a truth most people never consider. In the United States, wood is cheap, very cheap. We have massive reforestation areas, large-scale industries, cheap transportation, and national standardization. For us, wood is simple, fast, and efficient. In Brazil, wood is expensive. Bricks and concrete are cheap, common, and easy to get. So Brazilians build with what makes sense there, and Americans build with what makes sense here. It is pure economic logic, shaping everything silently while most people think it is only tradition. But there is also the third reason, and it is one of the most interesting: mobility. The American lifestyle is not based on permanence. People move a lot. They move cities, jobs, states, lives. Houses here are not family fortresses, they are temporary platforms. Investments to be sold, traded, adapted. Wood houses make this easier. They are fast to build, fast to sell, fast to modify. In Brazil, a house is almost a family heritage. It is not easily traded. There, a house is a legacy. Here it is a market item. This changes everything. And there is a final reason. Silent, but extremely powerful. The laws. The American Building Code encourages light structures. Everything is standardized, simplified, optimized for wood. Changing that would be like dismantling a giant machine that has worked for decades. In Brazil, the building code encourages brick and concrete, so each country naturally follows its own path. When we add all these factors, climate, economy, culture, mobility, and legislation, we see that the difference between American and Brazilian houses is not about right or wrong, strong or weak. It is about survival, cost, history, and lifestyle. We do not build like Brazilians because we do not live like Brazilians. Our challenges are different. Our geography is different. Our rhythm is different. Our vision of the future is different. And the final conclusion is clear. Every country builds exactly in the way that makes sense for its reality. The American house exists because American life requires it, and the Brazilian house exists because Brazilian life requires it. From today on, you might never look at your home the same way again. And maybe, for the first time, you understand that building is not only about raising walls, it is about shaping a way of living.